Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Pick a Card reading with Scatter Love Tarot. Today we are going to do one of the poll readings, which is what unexpected blessing is coming. We're just going to ask about one blessing coming through today and find out what that is for you, keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. I do just want to start off this video with a thank you to any and all that have supported my channel in any one way, shape, or form. None of it is ever required, and yet so many of you are showing up and allowing me your time, your space, your energy, and it just means so much to me. And I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you that are coming on here for the first time, welcome. This is a reminder that we are all human here, and you are welcome in this here now here moment as you are. We're all on this human journey trying to figure it out together, and as a tribe, we will become stronger as we are united. So welcome everybody. Also, if you are interested in taking me on the go or wondering about some advice and tips and tricks that I have from my own learned experiences and things that I have gone through, check out the description box down below, as I have started a podcast which comes out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I apologize, there's no set time for that as of right now, but they will be there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you to take on the go with you when you're at your leisure. As of this video being uploaded, the newest one is New Beginnings and Being a Father to Yourself. It was kind of funny how that one came about, but it is a really good video, or I always call them videos, but they're really podcasts. You can tell I've recorded way more videos than I have podcasts. And yeah, that'll be there for you. It is Scatter Love Radio, if you're wondering. It is on Spotify, and yeah, follow me there so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new podcast. So with that being said, let us go ahead and get into your prayer, and with that, we will get into your reading. Perfect. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video, whether it's just for a moment's time or for the entire time. I ask that you open their hearts, open their third eye, help them to see beyond the veil of what is the truth that is standing before them. And we're always asking for blessings. We're always asking for healing. We're always asking to be rid of the hardships in life, without realizing that those hardships that we all experience, those sufferings that we experience, actually give us the strength to endure, so that when the blessings do come in, and when the healing does come in, and when the freedom and peace comes in, we know how to enjoy it. We know what it is to suffer, so that we may taste the fruit and the sweetness of what it is to be in those harmonious times. So I ask that you open the hearts of those that need it in this time, and give them the strength, the courage, and the determination that they need to continue putting one foot in front of the other. I feel an exhaustion over the collective right now, wanting to give up, wanting to throw in the towel, and wondering, what is any of this? What is it good for? What is any of all this work going on if nothing that they want has come to fruition, or none of the big things that they've asked for has come to fruition? And I ask that you continue to give them the strength that they need to move forward. Because it's always in those moments when we're ready to give up, when you give us the greatest blessing. Most times that comes in the form of truth, and other times it comes in exactly what it is that we've asked for, or it goes beyond our own expectations of what we've asked for. So I ask that you give them the courage, the resilience, the resolve to continue to know and understand why they chose this journey for themselves, why they chose this journey in truth, and why their hearts and their souls are singing to them to take them down this path, even if it has its difficulties, and even if it has its suffering and its hardships. To know that each step along the way brings us that much closer to the truth of ourselves. As these words are spoken unto this space and upon those on this video in my tribe, so shall they be. Amen, aho, aseh. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. Awesome. Let me get this set up over here. Okay. We've got some cleansing. We did all that. And let us go ahead. And today we're going to draw from my Dragon Oracle deck and find out what blessings are coming. I haven't brought this out in a little while, and I thought it was time to bring it back. I couldn't decide what Oracle deck I wanted to choose from, and then I remembered I had this one, and I was like, oh, that's the one. All right. So, Source, what blessing, what unexpected blessing is coming for the collective? One more. What unexpected blessing is coming for the collective? Awesome. So for pile number 1, what unexpected blessing is coming? What Dragon Oracle will help us understand this? Okay, they want that one. Thank you. For pile number 2, what Oracle card will help us understand more about what unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 2, Source? Okay, they want this one. Thank you. And for pile number 3, what Oracle card will help us understand what unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 3? Thank you, Source. Look, and this makes me feel like alignment is coming. So when we're in alignment, when we're in our highest alignment, then all good things come to us. This is platinum, but this makes me think of the chakra chain and being in alignment. All right, so see, we've got for pile 1 this shard of, whoa, when did that zoom in? My camera is tripping today. Okay, my apologies. I fixed that. There we go. Okay, even before I started, just real quick before we get into this pick the stone, the thing is, before I started, I had my camera on just so that I could see my setup and make sure that it was all good. And it started zooming in and out, zooming in and out, zooming in and out like this. And I couldn't do anything. Like, it wouldn't stop. And so I finally had to shut it off and restart it. And then it stopped. And then it started zooming in and out again. And so it feels like this is like a message from your ancestors, or this is a message from someone beyond the ether, like, that's coming through. This is more than just Source's message. This feels like someone that's very close to you, whether in spirit or whether on your spiritual team, coming through and trying to give you this guidance. And I feel like I need to say that because for it to zoom in again, there's just this energy that's coming through right now for the whole collective that's very, very strong and very powerful. And when the electronics start freaking out, it tells me that someone is coming in with a message. Okay, so I don't know if that's for you, pile 1, since it zoomed in when I actually don't know exactly when that zoomed in, but it was like I picked up pile 1 and I noticed it. So let's get into it. Let me make sure we've got, there we go. So for pile 1, we have this beautiful shard of amethyst to choose from. Okay. For pile number 2, we have this piece of lapis lazuli. Ooh, look at the sparklies. And pile number 3, we have this beautiful moonstone. So let me move these up. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you are drawn to, that should be the pile for you. With that being said, I will see you over on your chosen piles. Hello, pile number 1. If you were drawn to this amethyst shard, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what unexpected blessing is coming. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in learning more about my own journey and where I go into detail about things, I'm very transparent about things that have happened to me and how I personally have overcome those hardships. Check out the description box down below where you will find a link to my new podcast, which is coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you to take along and listen to at your leisure on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. And that will be going over tips and tricks that I learned, things that didn't work for me, things that I found did work for me, and what it was that I applied that wisdom to. As of uploading this video, the current upload is new beginnings and learning to father ourselves, right? Becoming that father that we need in our lives. So, excellent. With that being said, let us go ahead and start with your reading. Let's ask the dice. Okay, what unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 1, Source? What unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 1? What can you tell us? What information can you give us about what unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 1? So we have 6th house, we have Pluto and Aquarian energy. Okay, so when I saw the 6th house, the first thing I felt was that recently you'd been suffering from some kind of health issue. Okay, and that could be anything. That could be mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, right? It could be anything really, but health in general, our well-being, right? And it had to do with something that went wrong or something that was connected to a friendship. So where it was like you were being affected by some sort of connection. This feels like some sort of connection that came in, okay? But unexpected blessing is whether you're going to be seeing the body that you've been wanting and desiring and going after, or maybe you've been wanting to get a new pet, right? Or maybe you've been dealing with injuries and you're like, gosh, I'm so sick of dealing with injuries. When is this going to stop? So that's all coming to an end. This also is someone, so when I was saying like maybe you've been having health issues because of a friend, that could also be a co-worker that's around you that you've been having issues with. And all of that is going to come to an end, okay? Like you're going to start feeling better. You're going to start gaining some energy. You're going to be able to do the things that you want to. There's some sort of transmutation that's happening here, and that's the unexpected blessing. It's almost like you've been working extremely hard to get somewhere or to do something, and it feels like at every turn there's some sort of sabotage or betrayal or just some sort of heavy energy that you yourself have to deal with, defend yourself, and overcome in order to get to the next step, right? And so that's not going to be an issue any longer. Your unexpected blessing has to do with the ability to change your future because of the hard work that you've gone through and the injustices that you have already overcome, right? And this could have to do with the way that you've been serving others. Like maybe you've given so much of yourself, you've just been helping others out, and you've been giving some sort of gift to others or some sort of act of service to others, and it just seems like people were taking advantage, right? And no longer are you going to be dealing with that. Like you're actually going to be meeting people who are on a similar wavelength as you, who appreciate what it is that you have to give and who you are. Yeah, something about your emotions, it keeps coming through here. Like maybe where you've been so emotionally attached to a situation, you're getting a blessing of becoming emotionally unattached or detached, right? Like there's going to be this energy of being able to let go and disassociate from anything any longer. And that's going to give you hope, and that's going to give you a new sense of freedom, a renewed sense of the journey as well. right? And this is also if you've been giving something on some sort of platform, like maybe you started a platform and you're wondering, when is my platform going to be taking off, or when am I going to be recognized for the work that I'm giving? This is also saying that there's some sort of transformation happening here. Now, I don't know yet whether that's you getting extreme recognition. We don't have that here in the dice. However, that could come out in the cards. We'll find out as we go. But this is saying that there is a huge transformation coming here. You are ending a cycle and you're coming into a new, renewed sense of a new cycle. Okay, like this is something new for you. This is a different journey for you. This is like a different leg on the journey. Okay, and that's sometimes difficult because it's like, especially when you start a platform, all you want to know is like, when am I gonna get recognized for the work that I'm putting in? But oftentimes we have to go through a series of death and rebirth in order for us to get into a position internally where we're capable of handling a big blow up on our channel, right? Or on your social media. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear. I understand that. I've been in the same position time and time again. Like, I'm tired of the cards telling me, I'm tired of the dice telling me that, you know, like, we're just transforming, but understanding that every time you change, every time you have a growth, every time you become more centered in yourself, you actually become more capable of handling whatever comes towards you in each one situation. This is something that you've been subconsciously dealing with on a very personal level. It's been very intense. You may not have understood why you've been so low on energy. You may not have understood why you have been in this place of not feeling good, or why you keep injuring yourself, or why you're dealing with, you know, maybe you have a sick animal at home, or it's like maybe whatever it is that's going on, you're not able to get beyond it. It's just constantly there, and you're wondering what is going to happen, like what is going to change. But here with Pluto, we do have some sort of upheaval of everything, right? Like things are really going to turn on their head. So whatever it was that's bothering you, you may go through a storm, okay? You may go through a storm, and then suddenly everything is going to calm down, and you're going to be really glad that you experienced a storm. And I know, oh, well, so I have to go through another hardship in order to get my blessing? Yes. Yes. You know why? Because there's some sort of transformation that comes from that. There's some sort of lesson that you learn in the sense of that. You know what? Let's ask these ones, and then we'll get some clarifiers and see what the positive energy is coming through here. Can you tell us a little bit more about this unexpected blessing? Like, what's it in reference to? Let's find out a little bit more what it's in reference to, okay? Source, can you tell us more about this unexpected blessing? Let's get some deeper energies on it, Source. Thank you. And please get some more energies on this unexpected blessing. May I please have some more energies on this unexpected blessing? Yeah, there's some sense of negativity that you're overcoming. You're persevering. You're making your way through. What unexpected blessings are coming for pile number 1? Thank you, Source. What unexpected blessings are coming for pile number 1, Source? Thank you. What unexpected blessings are coming for pile number 1, Source? Okay, thank you. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, you've been stuck in like this sense of being controlled by outside forces, maybe not by knowing it. Right? We live in a state of peer pressure, and that's exactly what this Four of Swords is pointing towards. There's a sense of being in peer pressure, like having to do things because of the way others view you, being afraid to truly embrace yourself because of the way that people have received you or not received you in the past, and cutting yourself off from you, right? Here you're in this cage. There's like this cage coming in here. Yeah, I love this. Like, what do we got? Yeah, okay. This is energy of saying you've cut yourself off because before you never were able to shine your light for fear of being in a situation. Wow, is this really all zoomed out here? This thing is crazy. I couldn't even tell you what's going on over here. This is saying that you have come into this place of letting this go. No longer is this going to be a situation. I'm telling you, pile one, this is an ancestor coming in because the phone is tripping out all day. Like, seriously. Not really, just during this reading. It was tripping out when I was trying to set the camera. It was going in and out. And then when I was talking about picking up the stone, it was going in and out. And I don't know why I did that. I don't know what it is about that, okay? But here you have where you've cut yourself off from your own truth. You've stopped speaking your own truth because you were afraid that no one was going to receive you. And so the unexpected blessing is that when you accept that you're for some people, but you're not for others, you're going to have people that accept you, and that is going to feel really good. But let's see what else is coming out here. Yeah, there's some sense of authority that you need to gain, because you've grown way too big for a situation. Here we have a work situation coming in, coworkers. So there's some dissolution of a friendship or a partnership. Exactly what I was saying. I got this energy that there's like this disconnect from some sort of relationship. And we have that with the 3 of coins reversed next to the 2 of swords and the 4 of swords here, right in between the 2 of them. This has caused you a lot of anxiety, a lot of like wanting closure in a situation that was never going to provide you closure. That's exactly what's coming through here. I want closure from a situation, but it's not providing me with closure. Like, why is that? And the problem that has been happening is because you knew that this person could never accept you for who you were. This person could never accept the truth of you. This person always had issues with who you were at the core because you're somebody who is in a position of power. And so there's some sort of jealousy or anger or just resentment. There's a lot of resentment. If I'm being at the core of this feeling, it feels like resentment here towards you. Take all those other things out. It's just resenting you for having this opportunity or for being given something that they feel that they cannot connect with themselves. And that's what it is. So you've been dealing with some sort of situation that you've completely outgrown. And it's actually, the thing is the beautiful thing about it is that it's put you on the right path. It's put you to a path of a positive outcome. Like, even though it's been really difficult. Like, oh, why do I have to deal with this? Like, I'm so tired of this. I can feel your exhaustion. I can feel the exhaustion from this. And it's just saying that the whole reason that you had to deal with this is because you were in a place where you weren't able to be the authority of yourself or of your life. And I keep hearing like apologizing for things that weren't yours to apologize for, or turning over and saying, you know what, it's okay, you can go ahead and have this time and energy, but you didn't really want to give them your time and energy. It's because you're in this place, you're in this very strong place, you're in this very powerful place. But this is very difficult for you, and it's like letting this go feels very difficult for you, but there's a huge blessing that's coming. And what's the blessing is this equal give and take, a balance in a situation. This 6 of coins also talks about a business alliance, okay? So if this is coworkers, you're letting go of a situation that was keeping you stuck and in a place of lack, and you're coming into a new abundant place where you're going to either get a raise or a promotion. You're going to get transferred to a new position where you actually really enjoy what it is that you're doing, because you're being recognized for the strengths and the skill set that you have, especially with this Queen of Wands here. You know, and there may be some resentment towards your looks and towards your beauty, your outwardly appearance. But this is truly just coming down to whoever it is that this is, or this could be a group of people, right? This could be a lot of people. Their main issue is resenting the fact that you're a natural born leader. And so this health issues that you've been dealing with has been a lot of the evil eye, right? People having ill intentions and malintentions and ill wishes towards you. So making sure that you're protecting yourself, right? Like going home. This is such a simple thing. that will help you wash away the energies of the day, and that's going home and just taking a shower. You don't even have to wash your body, and that may sound weird, but just standing under the water and letting the water come down and beat down on you, and imagining washing all that negative energy into the drain. Imagine it's black stuff just coming off of you and going into the drain, and just giving thanks in that moment for the ability to cleanse yourself at any one given moment that you desire. And that will help you feel renewed, a huge sense of renewal. Let's get some clarifiers on what unexpected blessing is coming now. Let's find out. So, Source, what unexpected blessing is coming? Can you tell us more about the blessing? Okay, Source, can you tell us more about the blessing that's coming in, the unexpected blessing for pile 1? What unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 1, Source? Okay. What unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 1, Source? Can you tell us more about it? Okay. Yeah, an ability to communicate. This is like to stand your ground. Basically, it's like, look, I understand that before I gave you whatever it was I was giving to you, but that's not how things are going to fly anymore. Okay, we had 2 cards fly out. So let's talk about this real quick, because I feel like this is clarifying this 4 of Cups. Like, look at this isolation. She's crying in here. She's feeling all stuck. It's like she's in the ocean, but she's somehow isolated herself, right? Exactly what I was saying here. This is confirming that. It's like this isolation that you felt. This isn't even solitude. This literally feels like self-isolation, or isolation because of your peers, or isolation because of those people around you, and not being able to feel anything beyond that, because it's like, if I'm stuck in this situation, like, how do I get out? And constantly wondering, how do I get away from this negativity? How do I get away from all of this? And that was the forefront on your mind. Instead of facing your own internal fears about that, it was easier to project that out into the outer realm and say, oh, it's because of everybody else, and not realizing that you actually held the power all along. And now you're realizing that you're the one that has the power, and that's the unexpected blessing, is realizing that it's like saying, oh my gosh, like this whole time I've really thought that they were controlling the outcome on me. I really thought that they're the ones that, you know, the whole reason I was in this hurt place, in this situation. In reality, I was giving them that power, right? And no longer, like, you're not giving them that power anymore. It's like, I keep hearing apples to oranges, like this comparison of apples to oranges. Like, first of all, you're completely different than one another, and there is no comparison. And it feels like that here, like this comparison. Here you have a mermaid trapped in a snow globe, and the fish is out chilling outside of out in the ocean, right? That's what it feels like. And so it's like, why is she the one that's trapped in the snow globe? When this is like a decoration. I know it's too small to see, but he has little like lines coming down right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me see if that makes it a little clearer. Yeah, see, there's little lines coming down here. It's like, this is a decoration. Why is the live being stuck in a glass and the decoration is the one that's being put on display? And that's what's going on here. You're realizing there's no comparison between us. They're just on a different part of their journey. And that's not for me to determine or let them have my power because they think they deserve it, or they think that they have whatever it is. So we'll find out what the clarifier is in a minute. Yeah, this has all been really in your mind, okay? This has all been really in your mind, but the beautiful thing about it is being stuck in the subconscious aspect of yourself has actually dredged up all those past wounds, and it's allowed you to really be honest with yourself and communicate what it is that you truly want. And now you're free to dream about what you want from life. Like, I want a mansion, or I want this really nice car, or I want to be able to be financially stable, or I just want to be happy. I want to be in love. I want to have a family. I want to be stable. I want to be peaceful. I want to have harmony. Like, whatever it is that you want, now you're in a place of taking action towards it and realizing that you had action all along, but it starts with cutting people off. This also feels like cutting people off through text message or over the internet through Facebook, right? Whether that's blocking them or just telling them no and having the strength to say, no, this is enough. Enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. This is not what I signed up to do. Okay, so we had 5 of Wands. It came out in the reverse. Now, my 5 of Wands in the reverse, and you guys know I don't take these cards in reverse. I actually do them all upright. However, since it came out in reverse, let's talk about that for a second, right? It talks about not wanting to change. When it's in the reverse, it's like I am refusing to change. Being completely stubborn, okay? Not wanting to overcome this. And I feel like this is past energy, and you're coming into this place of understanding that, wow, I was giving all of my bits of, that's so weird. I said apples and oranges, and I didn't even know what this was. And we have all these apples on, look at these little apples on this picture. Those are apples. That's so weird. I kept hearing apples and oranges. So anyways, it's like you're realizing that you are giving away to this beast that really has no control over you, right? And so when you have knocked yourself off, right, a lot of times we're not realizing that it's us that's knocked ourselves off our path by giving away our power, or by convincing ourselves that it's something outside of us that is keeping us from becoming successful. And it's like you've come into this realization, and the beautiful thing about this card when it's in the upright, it literally talks about regaining your balance, regaining your equilibrium, regaining a sense of control in your life after having gone through the situation of doubt. And that's what's happening here for you. So the unexpected blessing truly comes down to you regaining your power. This is a lot of power energy with the wands coming through here. After being stuck in your head, like you have the 4 of Swords, you have the 2 of Swords surrounding the 3 of Coins in the reverse. The 3 of Coins in reverse talks about a dissolution of a partnership. That could be a friendship, a relationship, an acquaintanceship, co-worker, whatever it is, right? That can talk about anything. But now going from the 2 and 4 of Swords up into the Queen of Swords, you're saying, look, I'm the one that has to communicate what's right for myself, not let others determine what's right for me. Yeah, this has been a toxic pattern for you with the Devil here. Okay, and it's interesting because the Devil is a number 15 card, and when we break that down, it comes to 6, and 6 is all about balance. And really, the Devil is a huge imbalance in our lives. You know, it's not a terrible card. It's just pointing out to these ideas that we refuse to change because of our pride, because of our ego, because of our need to feel victimized, or, you know, whatever it is that goes with that. It could even just be guilt and shame, you know, that's attached to that. But realizing, see how this character is carrying her. And I feel like this is how you felt before, like, oh, this Devil character, this situation is so much bigger than me. I have no control over it. And realizing that you had to take control of yourself. You know, the 3 of Swords talks about getting divine intervention and seeing things from a fresh perspective here with the Hangman. Right? Like you're learning how to see things from a fresh perspective instead of letting others break your heart. You're like, okay, hold on. What is this trying to teach me? This is an expansion of consciousness. Your blessing is an expansion of consciousness that you had no idea even existed up until this point. Like, it's going to be so much better for you. Like, you're going to come up one day and you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad I learned that, because before I can see my own toxic behaviors. No longer are you trying to pin it on someone else. You're like, look, I see where I played my own part in this situation. And yes, it hurt. Yes, it was suffering. Yes, it was painful. But what I never saw when I was stuck in that situation and playing it over and over and over again in my head was that I actually had the power all along to say enough is enough. And so your unexpected blessing is coming into this Queen of Swords energy, and the Queen of Swords represents Libra energy, which is balance and harmony in relationships, right? So let's talk about that for just a second. We're going into this energy now where it's like you're being justified in your journey by justifying yourself. You're becoming the judge, the juror, the executioner for yourself. And that sounds harsh, but it's not. It's not. And you find out that doing this is actually the greatest act of self-love you can do for yourself. No longer putting up with this excuse. no longer accepting excuses either, right? You're no longer in this place of like, I'm going to excuse this, or I'm going to accept this as an excuse, or I'm going to accept that as an excuse. So because you're not accepting excuses from yourself, now you're no longer accepting excuses from other people as well. It's like you basically, look, you're becoming very vulnerable. And vulnerability is all about being honest with yourself. You know, it's about showing ourselves to others. But in truth here, in order for us to ever get to that place where we show vulnerability to others, we have to be that with ourselves. And that vulnerability also includes coming to ourselves and being completely honest when we've been wrong about a situation. Not just wronged, but when we ourselves have been wrong because we've seen it from a very closed-minded perspective, something like this, rather than opening up to it as a whole. Let's see what else comes out here. Yeah, it's like, and look, isn't this interesting? Like the 8 of Wands here is all about control and anxiety, right? When it's in the reverse, it's being controlled, it's being in an anxious place, being tempted by things. And when it's in the upright, it's just being in a state of anxiety and worry, and that's causing hardships in your life. But you see, the symbolic thing here is that she has her eyes closed on this card, right? Over the Queen of Wands, not seeing your power, not seeing that you had an opportunity to set boundaries. Now, instead of just setting boundaries, you're actually communicating them. You're not expecting people to know what your boundaries are. You're communicating those boundaries now. And that's a powerful place to be at, Pile 1, right? Like, that's a huge blessing. It might not be monetary. It might not be what you're looking for in this moment. However, it is going to set you up for success in the long run, which is exactly what you want. Oh, that came out fast. Thank you, Source. Look, we have 22 on the bottom. Learning. Sacred Ibis. Like you're going through a new door. Like you're finding out what it is that matters to you. You're finding out what it is that means more to you on this journey. Not just money. And of course, money is always nice, right? Money is we're always like, oh yeah, money's great. But sometimes we have to learn what it is to be without money and who we are without money. Because all money does, I don't know why I'm talking about this, Pile 1, but I feel like some of you are just like upset that it's not monetary gain. And I've been there. I have been there. The thing is money. If you were to become financially free right now, in this now moment, I can already hear something, oh, that solved all my problems. You know, it would solve some. It would solve some problems. It would solve the worry about how you're going to take care of things, or how this came up and you need to take care of that. Of course, it would solve some. But the unique thing about money when we are not healed is that it magnifies who we are. So imagine if you're giving your time away to these people without being healed, you get money. Now these people really want your attention because, oh, Pile 1's got a ton of money. Like, I need that money and I need something for myself. And now they have the ability to do it. They're going to come and they're going to play on your guilt. They're going to play on your what they see as your weaknesses, or what you've opened up to them about what it is that they can walk on you because of, right? And in those moments, you are going to be giving away your hard-earned success to someone who doesn't even deserve it in the first place, because they never deserved your time. And that's why we go through upgrades like this on the journey. And so you want that monetary success. I understand that. I get it. But the thing is that Source needs you to be in the right frame of mind right now in order for you to receive that and know what your worth is when you receive that you can say no, and that you have a right to say no. We have study ancient wisdom and you will begin to find your own answers. And I love that this came out. And then you also have Sacred Ibis on the on the bottom. I saw the bird and I was like, oh, the bird. So anyways, yeah, so this is very synchronistic for you. You're learning something that's very ancient by nature. Okay, let's see what we got here. New Moon Promise. I love this. This is coming out. It's like Source is like, I've promised you that I haven't forsaken you. I promise you that everything you've asked for is coming to you, but one foot in front of the other, right? You have this couple down here, which is symbolic. Everybody wants to get married within a week of knowing each other. They want to be like, oh, this is my life partner. I've only known you for 2 minutes and we're going to be the rest of our lives together. But what happens in those instances is that suddenly 6 months go by and you're like, oh, they're not the same as they were when I met. Well, no, because you were in the honeymoon phase, right? You were in the honeymoon, like that exciting phase, and now you're getting to know each other, and you see the things that maybe you wouldn't have put up with, the red flags, or now you're seeing that you're actually constricted in a situation, but you have no way of getting out because you jumped in too fast, right? Hold on, let me turn the frequencies down. Just got so loud right next to me. Whoa. I feel like I'm screaming at you. And this is saying that you have to take your time, and it's going to take time. It's not that the manifestation journey doesn't work, but something that I have talked about for years is that everybody wants to do this instant manifestation. It's not that you cannot do instant manifestation. Yes, that does exist. However, remember that it's the ones that we want in our lives consistently that take time to manifest, that take time for Source to get all our ducks in a row, if you will. Sextile, yeah. This is, I love this. A combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. So there is a lot of tension going on right now. We see that with the cards. The cards have told us that, right? But it's because of this tension, you're out of flow with your own heart. What does my heart want? And knowing that that matters, you don't have to give up what you want just because another person, it's not fitting their agenda. That doesn't matter. Because you have your life to live and they have theirs to live. And you're not here on this earth to serve them and their agenda, whoever they are, whoever anybody is. You're here to serve your own purpose. And when you follow that, you come into a state of flow and alignment, and you have potential coming through, and it's a rewarding situation. These two cards are extremely positive cards. Extremely positive. Let's see what we have. Look, I cannot make this up, pile one. This is incredible. Look, you're birthing it into existence here. She's pregnant on top of this dolphin, right? Absolutely beautiful. But let's talk about that too. We were talking about a relationship here too. Everybody wants to fall in love in 2 minutes and be together. It takes 9 months to create a baby. Okay, and it takes 18 years to raise a child. That is a huge length of commitment. But you want to fall in love, and this is just an example. You want to fall in love and have a stable relationship in a matter of minutes compared to what it takes to create life or what it takes to create anything. Source is saying you're on your road to happiness here. Trust in the process. It might not be happening just as fast as you want it to, pile one. That doesn't mean it's not happening. There's a lot going on behind closed doors, behind the scenes that you don't see. So your unexpected blessing is you're getting your promise. You're going to be rewarded. And I think the main thing here is that your reward is going to be happiness coming through. Look, I love this. Here we have the past makes an appearance for true closure. You're ending out a cycle that has plagued you for your whole life. Becoming so strong, being able to set those boundaries, not being a people pleaser anymore, not giving your truth away because of somebody else's discomfort. I'm done. I'm so done. I love that this card came out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this card came out. Your pile has been so synchronistic. Like, we have number 30. Marriage is a serious thing and should last forever. You don't just want to rush into it. And I was saying that here. I had no idea this is the card that came out. And I love that it came out. Oh my gosh, so synchronistic here. Right now, coming through, pile one. I love this, right? That's exactly it. And it doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be marriage. It could be marriage. Maybe this is marriage. Okay, but it doesn't have to be. If this isn't marriage, it's just saying that, again, nothing is worth rushing into, especially if you want it to be a consistent thing in your life, which is what I just said. You want whatever this is to be constantly there in your life, a constant go-to, something that you can rely on. Well, trust that source is helping you manifest this, but if I give it to you overnight, you're going to take it for granted without intentionally doing so, because we haven't learned the skills that we need in order to receive the depth of the gift that's being given. So your blessing here is coming. It's coming to you, but right now the unexpected blessing that you're receiving is an upgrade in your energetic being so that you can be ready to receive whatever it is that you've asked for. Let's see what your dragon card is. Freedom. I love your pile one. I love it. I love it because the synchronicities are insane. We have number 11, which is a spiritual number by nature, right? This is my number connected to ascension. And we've been talking about that this whole time. This whole time the cards are talking about that. Look at this beautiful dragon. Isn't this what you want? To be free of whatever's been plaguing you? Money isn't going to solve that. Marriage isn't going to solve that. You have to solve that inner turmoil so that you can solve that on the external realm. It starts with self. So we have freedom frequently appears when we have been kidding ourselves about a particular situation or circumstance we find ourselves in. It may be that you have a feeling of being overwhelmed by responsibility or hemmed in, and I said that here, hemmed in, stuck in a situation, peer pressure, but you are unable to pinpoint quite what it is. Is this not what I said at the beginning of the Oh my gosh, the synchronicities here. She shows up when we need to take notice of these feelings and begin to look at them in more depth. She urges us to listen to our bodies when we crave a little freedom from the drama of life and act upon it accordingly. She says, open your heart and you will see the innermost truth in any situation. Don't be afraid of the truth, for it can be as liberating as it is healing. Change is a single constant in your world. Let go of your doubts, for they are your gilded cage. Give yourself wings and come fly with me. She continues, be brave, follow your inner guidance. Only you can set yourself free. Learn to trust the process of life and the universe. We can only be truly free when we release our insatiable need for control. Boom. And what we're talking about, the Eight of Wands, is control. It's anxiety. It's control over our anxieties. It's control over outside situations which bring on anxieties, right? So your unexpected blessing is letting go of an old toxic pattern that has been plaguing you from probably since you were a little child, not realizing how much of a role this was playing in your life, how much hurt and suffering it was bringing into your life. And once you receive this perspective, it's not going to change overnight, but gradually you'll begin to see things from a different viewpoint, and you're going to be so happy about the outcome, and you're going to begin to become ready to receive the big blessing that you've been asking for. I absolutely loved your reading. This is what I have for you. I do just want to take a quick moment to thank your ancestors, your guides, the spirit messenger that came in for you today, pile one. I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading for you and leave it here and get on out of here. With that being said, stay human. Bye. Hello, pile two, my fellow humans that were drawn to this piece of lapis lazuli, or if you were drawn to this card during the draw, this is going to be your pile on what a unexpected blessing is coming toward you. And I just want to say, keep an open mind. Pile one was really intense in all the best ways. So keep in mind also, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in knowing more about my own journey, the tips and tricks that I have learned, and me being transparent about what it is that I have experienced myself, check out the link down below in the description box to my podcast, Scatter Love Radio, where I release a podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you to take with you on the go and listen to you at your leisure. As of this video, the current podcast uploaded is New Beginnings and Learning How to Father Oneself. Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here, but let's go ahead and get started with your reading and ask Source what unexpected blessing, Source, is coming for pile number 2. What can you tell us? What messages do you have? What unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 2, Source? Okay, so we have 8th house, Aries, and Venus energy coming in here. Oh. Balance between the masculine and feminine energies is coming through right off the bat, especially with Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and then we have Venusian energy. So, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That right away is giving me a balance between masculine and feminine energies. Let's grab my block here. This is also something that you do not see coming for sure. Like, you do not see it, especially with the 8th house here. This is something that is going to be a bit of a surprise. This could also be your counterpart coming in, but that is like a very specific message. It's going to resonate maybe with 1 or 2 of you, not the whole of pile 2. So I'm just putting it out there because it did come in and was telling me that. So the thing here, we have 222 on the clock, 2 and pile 2. When we get multiple 2s like that, 4 2s and 5 2s, it's talking about being completely spiritually connected with the divine realm. Capable of receiving your own messages, capable of receiving your intuition, capable of receiving guidance for your journey, right? And if you were there during the shuffle, even though the camera was freaking out, I was talking about how there's someone, a group, an ancestor, or a spirit, or someone that has passed away here on this message today to pass on something for the piles. At first I thought it was for pile 1, but now with 2222 coming in, I have a feeling that it is for each individual pile, especially with the topic that we have today. With the 8th house, though, we have a definite transformation coming in, okay? This is Scorpio energy. This is the energy that is very, very conducive for our journey, and yet the same energy that not very many people want to delve into, because it is so intense. And if you are a Scorpio, or if you know a Scorpio, you understand what this is. That intense energy that a Scorpio brings, the mystery, the darkness, the misunderstanding in a lot of situations when they're actually very genuine individuals. They have very genuine intentions. Most times they are seen as crazy or psychotic or sociopathic because they look at the world from a different place, right? And the only reason I bring this up is because I personally have met quite a few Scorpios, not understanding until later on in my life, I have a Scorpio moon. So naturally, it comes to this energy of being able to dive into the darkness that nobody wants to see. But that's what's being transformed here. And in that transformation, the blessing that's coming is this inner balance between dark and light. Like, there could have been some time for where you've been focusing on shadow work so that you can embody the light, not realizing that when you accepted the shadow part of yourself that you were actually going to grow exponentially from that. And so there's some sense of acceptance of that inner shadow that you have, the things that maybe you don't like, or maybe you don't feel are beautiful, or maybe that you feel you should judge yourself on, and you're learning how not to judge yourself on. And it's in acceptance of those that you're realizing that these are what are bringing you closer to your highest aligned self, right? This could also be an inheritance coming in for some. That's a very specific message. But when we're talking about 8th house, we do have mortgage, we have properties, we have retail, realtors, we have owning properties, and also inheritance coming through. So for some, that could be a message for you that your next unexpected blessing is inheritance in some way, shape, or form, not realizing that you had it, right? This is going to be able to allow you to be very direct and brave on the next stint of your journey, right? You're going to be able to take action when you need to take action. It's also going to bring a new sense of passion into your life, which is so weird. I just looked over and I shuffled these cards earlier, and we have fire, passion coming out, and we have Aries with that very passionate energy coming through. Already a synchronicity for you, getting ready and gearing up for your cards as we go. I absolutely love that, right? You're going to be able to start something. I feel like you've been very impatient in something in your life, and this transformation is actually allowing you to have the patience to take step by step what you want to do and take that imperfect action towards what you want in life without worrying about, oh my gosh, what did I do? Like, did I not have this? How come I didn't have everything together? Like, it's like, even if you make a misstep, you're going to have the strength and the determination now that you need to correct yourself as you go. And that's part of this Venusian energy coming through here, saying that this is bringing stability, connection, networking. It is bringing this energy of being able to enjoy the finer things in life and your pleasure. But we do have a raise in finances here with these two coming out together. Okay, this is also you putting out your charm. Maybe it's been really hard for you to put out your charm in the world because people expect so much of you. You could be a boss. This could be you coming up into entrepreneurship. This also could be you gaining a new position, CEO, a president of a company, or you have that title already and you're wondering when it's going to balance out for you. Maybe you're putting in an exorbitant amount of hours and it's not, there's no balance, right? It's like you're just working. And while, yes, you may make a lot of money, it just feels like you're overworking and still being underpaid, like when you were at the bottom of the totem pole. And so there's going to be this sense of balance here where you're going to be able to give back to yourself in a way that you're going to find really enjoyable, right? And that's the next unexpected blessing. It's like almost freeing up time on the schedule for you, finding harmony within your journey, and also embracing your gifts and your skills. You know, we have masculine energy here with the Aries, and we have this feminine grace coming through here with the Venusian energy. And this has to do with being able to speak out what it is that you want as well. You may have been experiencing a lot of pain in your neck, or may have been feeling like maybe, okay, so I'm hearing kidney stones coming through right now. Maybe you've had kidney stones and you're wondering like, whoa, why am I dealing with this so much? Part of that comes from that stress of not being able to enjoy the fruit of your effort. Okay, so maybe you don't have these huge titles, and that's fine. That does not dismiss this message for you. What it's saying is that you've been working a lot, and now you're coming into a place where your efforts are being rewarded. Okay, for you, pile 2, I do feel like this is monetary gain. Okay, monetary gain in the sense of whatever you're paying, you're still paying, but gaining some personal finances in order for you to enjoy yourself much more. Let's see what the cards say. Let's find out a little bit more about the situation, and then we'll go into more about the blessing itself coming through. All right, so source for pile number 2. Can you tell us more about the situation revolving around this unexpected blessing coming in? What more do we need to know? What is this unexpected blessing for pile 2? What more do we need to know? Yeah, this could be overcoming an illusion when it comes to romantic frustration, not being able to move the way that you want to, not being able to do the things that you would like to, gaining some sense of guidance. You're going to get a download from source helping you through this, right? Like this is going to come in the sense of an intuitive knowing, psychic insight, whatever it is, being able to reconnect with your gifts in a much deeper way than you may have been able to before. So source for pile 1, what unexpected blessing, or I'm sorry, for pile 2, what unexpected blessing is coming in for pile 2? Some of you may have come here from pile number 1, and if you have, welcome. That does happen. I appreciate you. I truly do. Also, it's not, you do not have to go and watch pile 1 unless you were drawn to it. You're more than welcome to, okay? So what unexpected blessing is coming in for pile number 2? What can we know about it? What more can you tell us about it, source? Oh, okay, yeah, that's coming. Yeah, this sense of starting over, beginning again. What unexpected, whoa, that was fast. Yeah, 9 coming out together here. Being able to understand that starting again is not detrimental to your journey. This may have been detrimental to you before. Being able to emotionally set boundaries with other people like people that you do care about. These are people that you do like having in your life. These are people that you enjoy having around. But being able to say, look, like maybe this is coworkers that maybe you built your own business and you have a group of friends that you built it with, or you have colleagues that you built it with, and you're just saying, you know what, I really care about what we're doing here, but if I don't take time to recharge myself, I'm not going to be any good to this company. Right? And overcoming this negative thought pattern that you've had. This is the unexpected blessing. Being able to reconnect with who you are on this deep sense. And this is Scorpio energy coming in here. We have Scorpio and Aquarius, Virgo and Sagittarius energy coming through so far. But this is self-sabotage with the 5 of Swords coming through, showing that you're overcoming self-sabotage here. Okay, it's like, oh, I owe it to this group of people. I owe it to these people in my journey. I owe it to them to keep showing up. But not being able to give to yourself has been so detrimental that when you do show up, you only show up 50% instead of 100%, And that's been really difficult for you, making you feel like you're starting over. We also have this sense with the 9 of Wands coming through that there's a potential illness at play here. Yeah. So when the Emperor comes out in the upright, it does talk about someone being a CEO, someone being a boss, a company boss, an entrepreneur, somebody that owns a company. This is being a boss, right? When it's in the reverse, though, it does talk about manipulation, okay? What this feels like is that for a long time you've been trying to convince yourself that resting is a bad thing. And that's a self-manipulation. This is like self-sabotage in a way. This is saying, like, I'm not worthy of taking a nap. Like, I can feel some of you cringing at the idea. Like, naps are for babies. Like, I'm a grown adult and I need to work my butt off and I can't take a break. And this is saying that when you manipulate yourself like that, you end up forcing your body into taking a break for you. Whether that's getting sick, whether that's being so exhausted you can't even get out of bed, like you slept through the alarm. And I can hear something, I would never do that. Right? You don't believe that you would until it happens, and then you're like beating yourself up for it so much that you try to work yourself to being a robot the next time. Okay, and so that's why I was getting the sense of illness coming through here. And if you're dealing with an illness right now, if you're dealing with like stress, if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with depression, this feels like a mental illness coming through here, something that has kept you from mentally being able to show up at your job. It could absolutely be a physical ailment. It has stopped everything in its tracks and made you actually draw within so that you can understand, what is this? What is this that's happening to me? Like, is this because of my work? Is this because I'm not setting firm boundaries? Is this because I'm, like in this position of stress? Like, this feels like a high energy position that you have, like something that you're always on the go for. And a feeling of being attached to this, like, if I don't go, if I don't constantly do something, that there's something wrong with you, in the sense of like, oh, well, people are going to judge me, or, judging yourself, or saying like, I can't give up, because if I give up, I may be missing out on an opportunity here. And you're not. There's no opportunity to miss, because whatever opportunities are yours, the only way to miss them is to not be energetically present when you need to be, right? And that has nothing with taking action. That has everything to do with how you feel inside. And so there's a situation here that has made you stop and begin again, right? I keep hearing a fire starter here, like that passion. It's something that you really care about. It's something that you really enjoy doing. But when you're not able to do it at 100%, your quality suffers, right? And that feels more detrimental to the outcome of whatever this is than just taking a moment from it and really focusing on yourself. We have 9 coming out here, which breaks into 9. 9 is the only number that will always equal itself, no matter how many 9s there are. And it's just saying that you're bringing this cycle to a close, but it could have been from a masculine in your life who was very manipulative, who made you feel like you weren't working hard enough, who made you feel like you weren't good enough, no matter what you did. And so there was this misconception, if I take on everything and I somehow am able to perfect everything every day, no matter how much it is, and then taking on even more and more and more and more responsibilities, yes, you can maintain that for some time, but eventually your body's going to shut down because you need to rest, and feeling bad for not wanting to rest here. So this feels like something from the past is making its way into the present here and saying, okay, it's time to release this for good. It's time to let it go. Let's find out what the blessing is that's coming, because for the Hermit to come out here, this to me says you're taking a break and really understanding this and knowing that you need to say enough is enough. Okay, but again, this could come from, you maybe had a narcissistic male growing up in your life, or someone who was very brutal. Like when, and I always picture fathers or like masculine energy here, because, well, we have the Emperor. But when he's in his reversal energy, he's someone who basically makes someone feel guilty for not doing what they expected you to do, even though they themselves were not capable of doing what they were asking you to do. That's what it feels like. But let's find out, what's the unexpected blessing coming? Whoa, that card went flying. Holy moly. Come back, homie. Yeah, look, we have the 5 of Swords coming out here. Look at this imagery here. Like cutting out something that has been sour in your mouth for a while. This is like a feeling of not being good enough, a thought process within. And we have the 7 of Cups again. Not fitting in. Like you've not fit in. We'll understand the blessing here in a minute. Just let's get this out, because this is like clarifying. This is so trippy. I love this. Realizing that you have to see yourself for who you are, and that you're not going to fit into someone else's version of what they think you should be. Like, again, we have this always gives me this idea of being in a crib. So this is like from the home that's coming out that caused you to be in this energy of not being able to move forward. You know, the 4 of Swords is this energy of being stuck in a situation that you cannot get out of, being hemmed in, being in a cage, right? And you have the 2 of Wands. The imagery here is about looking at yourself. How is this affecting you, and how can you move on from this, right? How can you grow from this? And knowing that you're more than what you see, right? You're a soul being. You're full of love. You're an unconditional loving being, and knowing that you have something grand to offer, even if you have to give yourself a permission slip to rest. Because that's what this feels like. It feels like you need a permission slip to take a break. And seeing that your prosperity is equivalent to you being able to show up mentally prepared for whatever's going on. And then for these 2 to come out together, we have number 6, and 6 is all about balance and harmony, balancing the self. And so your unexpected blessing actually has to do with cutting ties to a situation where you never fit in. You never once fit in. It's like trying to be the same as everyone else, or what you thought everyone else was doing. Right? Again, if you had this energy in your life where it was like someone making you feel guilty for not being able to do XYZ when they themselves couldn't even do ABC, you know, it's like trying to do, oh, well, so-and-so is able to do it. Well, so-and-so would have never failed me. And that's what I'm feeling like that's coming in. You're actually letting go of the belief of this is an internal idea that has had a control over you for a long time, and overcoming internal negativity. Some of you did come from pile 1. Very different messages, but there's this underlying energy of being stuck in a situation caused by other people and not realizing the detriment that it has on the journey that you're on in this now moment. And so the blessing that you're receiving is here. A brand new beginning. Balance. Again, balance. We have temperance coming out here with the Fool. Being able to walk away. Like, this is like, he's like not even walking away. He's rolling away from that. She's flying away on her fish. Like, I'm asleep. I'm just, look, resting. Again, resting. Look at this. Being stuck by pure pressure. The Four of Swords, the eye being the fish here, suddenly going to this balance and temperance and saying, you know what, fish, carry me home. And fish are all about prosperity. Right? Think about, it's interesting because I'm right now for some reason being shown the story of when Jesus was giving the bread and the fish to the congregation, and how he made, I don't even know the whole, like, the actual number or anything, but how he had like just a few pieces of fish and a few pieces of bread, and he fed like over however many people it was, like 500, he fed the masses with it. It's like you have something that will help a lot of people is what this is showing me. Okay, but at the same time, when you're not showing up at your best because you're rested and you're at peace within, you can't give that to others. Now look, and then we have the Popess under here. You're very intuitive. You know what you want. We have the Hermit again. So it's like this cycle. It's like moving away from it, though. We have all this energy of moving away from something that has kept you stuck, kept you balancing on the edge. It's like this is a thought process that was given to you by someone else, and a belief system that was like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough unless I'm taking action constantly and being exhausted constantly. That's the only time I feel like I'm actually accomplishing anything, is when I'm so tired I can't even see straight. But your abundance is tied to your rest, and so you have abundance coming in. I feel like it's very much going to follow you being able to get that rest and move beyond this belief that you're not good enough. And also, I did say in the beginning, there's this connection of being able to connect with your psychic powers, your psychic gifts, of understanding yourself, right? So there's something very big that you're trying to do here already, but you're running on empty. And so the blessing is finding it within yourself to let go of the belief that you're not worthy of getting rest. You're not worthy of taking a break. And maybe there will be people around you who judge you, but you know what? That's their journey to deal with and figure out on their own. And it's your journey to pay attention to what you need to do for yourself. And not everybody understands that, you know, especially if you're still connected with whoever this Emperor in reverse is. They may not understand that. They may try to cause problems for you, but that's okay. It's easy enough to say, look, I have to go, right? The Seven of Cups is all about setting those emotional boundaries. I have to take care of myself. We want success in this situation. We both are trying to work towards the same thing, but you cannot expect me to show up the way that you show up, because that doesn't work for me. And that's okay, because there's as many different ways to show up as there are human beings alive. And you have to take that seriously, how you feel about yourself. If you don't, then you're gonna sabotage the journey before it ever gets started. Let's get some oracles out for you. Let's see, what can we tell pile 2 source? Okay, this wants to be over here. Yeah, and staying vigilant, right? Despite what's going on outside of you, staying true to your path. Like, if you need to take today and just go and rest, take today and go and rest. That doesn't mean that you're resting on your laurels, right? That means that you're like, hey, if I don't recuperate, something's going to happen and it's not going to be good. Whoa. Yeah, look, we have connection coming out, tarantula. So the blessing is this is no longer going to be holding you down, holding you back. In fact, I feel like once you get beyond this situation, you're going to feel a renewed sense of freedom, right? Again, we have the Venusian energy coming out here. This is like enjoying the small pleasures of life, but the things that you find pleasurable, not the things that somebody else tells you is pleasurable. Not like, oh, you got to do the things that I like to do because that's what matters. And then coming into a place of being authentic. Realizing that all along, you're the big bad wolf in this situation, but you're not bad, right? But this person doesn't see it that way, or this energy doesn't see it that way. They see it like you coming into your power as a bad situation, because then that makes them feel small. That makes them feel bad. Look, and we have secrets. Didn't I say that with the 8th house? There's something very secretive coming in. So there's something else that's tied to this that Source is bringing in for you that they won't show me. It's like an extra gift for you. We're going to talk about the emotional gain that you're going to get from this. That's the unexpected blessing. But there's something else that's tied to this. And it could have to do with an inheritance. It could have to do with a sudden gain of money. But it might not. You know, it might just be a new position. It might be love. It might be... I couldn't even take a guess, because there's nothing here that's pointing to anything outside of overcoming this hardship that's been in your life. Look, and then we have Cancer energy coming out. Learning how to nurture yourself. We have nurture, comfort, and protection. And realizing that you're protected. Like, even though some people try to play crazy, like when you try to take care of yourself, they try to make you feel so bad about you doing what you need to do, whether that's your job, whether that's your life, whether that's saying no. It's like some people really, really feel like they're the ones that have control over your life because they want to live vicariously through you, or they're just time wasters, right? Time wasters are everywhere, and they might not even know that they're time wasters. That's the thing, right? So it's like you have to learn to nurture yourself and give yourself that chance to come into a place of comfort so that you know how protected you truly are on the journey. And then we have persistence, patience, and practicality. You've been persistent. Now you just need to embody that place of patience and practicality. If you don't come at this with a practical mindset, you're going to wear yourself out, whatever it is that you're doing. Right? But this does feel like an old toxic habit coming to a close for you, pile 2. This is the one that wants to come out. Look. And I feel like this is clarifying that Emperor in reverse, right? That's somebody who's very brutal in life. They're incapable of showing you love. They're everything is conditional. Like, the only time that they care about you is when you're doing the things that they want you to do. Right? That's what the Emperor in reverse is really referring to. Here we have the number 17 card coming out, which is 8. So we have 8 and 8 coming out here. 8 is all about closing out karmic cycles. Also, once they're closed, coming into an abundant place. You have love is not something owed or earned. It is intangible and beyond explanation. Right? You don't have to earn somebody's love. And if somebody's trying to make you earn their love, then that's a pretty big red flag and a good sign that they're not meant to be with you on the journey. And that's their own toxic patterns and their own problems that they're dealing with internally that they have to go through and heal. And if they're not going to heal it, you know, that's on them. That's not for you to fix. It's not for you to overcome and help them. Look, you shine like a diamond the more you focus on yourself. I cannot make this stuff up. That's it. I can't. What am I saying? You got to focus on you. You got to take care of you in this time. Let's check out this. Completion. Yes. I love the synchronicities for your pile 2. Like, that is so amazing. You're letting this go. This is a cycle that's ending for you. This is not something that you're going to carry on to the next journey, the next part of your journey. This is it. It's coming to a close. You're no longer going to be in this place of like, if I don't give 5,000% of myself when I only have 10% to give, then I must be a terrible person, or I'm not enough, or I'm wasting time, or whatever. Do you ever think that all that energy is actually given to you by another person because that's how they feel about themselves? And so it's easier to project that onto you and make you feel that way about yourself so that they don't have to feel that anymore about themselves? That happens so much in life. We're in a 3D realm where everybody's too busy projecting their hurts, their failures, their lack of success onto other people because they don't want to face them themselves. And that's what happens. And when you have some people that don't want to heal, They're like more concerned about making you feel bad about you trying to heal, trying to nurture yourself, trying to come into this place of growth, because it just shines a light on their lack of healing that they're not doing. That's what it is. So we have 6 here with balance again, finding balance and harmony, seeing yourself from the eyes of the divine. It says take 10 seconds before you take a leap. And this again is referring to that moment of pause. It's time to pause. It's time to slow down. It's time to come into this place of rest and relaxation and recuperation. So you got 2 of these cards. Yep, look. I am mad because you left, and that triggered my own fear of abandonment. What I was saying, like, people have a problem with you for doing what's good for you, and it triggers them. And that's where you're coming from right now. That's why this connection, it's like holding on by teeth and nail. And so your big blessing here is that this is coming to an end. This isn't going to be a part of your journey anymore. You're healing the disconnect within you that happened because of this. Okay? And no longer is it going to be holding on to you. Look, and you've given up because of perceived defeat. Yeah, it was like feeling defeated because of this person making you feel not good enough. Or this could be a situation, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. This could be a situation. But it's like this projection onto you that you're not good enough. Because, oh my gosh, you didn't do what I expected you to do. Or you didn't do what the world expected you to do. Or what society expected you to do. And so now I'm going to judge you because you're different and you're not doing how it should be. No one knows how life is supposed to be. You have a cookie cutter version that everybody says you're supposed to fit into this. We're humans, and each one of us is as unique as the next person. And how are you going to give us a cookie cutter way of life and tell everybody to fit into it? It's just not going to work for everybody. There's some people who are willing to fall in line and comply with that, right? That's fine, but you're not. You're too big for that. You're too bright for that. You need to shine your light out in the world, and you've been given an opportunity to regain balance in your life, and that's the unexpected blessing that's coming. And keep in mind, pile 2, there's something that's attached to that balance that's also coming in for you. So let's take a look at your dragon card and find out what it is. We have Oberon coming through here, which is number 31. It was weird because when I was reading, I did see 3113 on the clock for you, and I did not say it, but that is all right. So we already have a synchronicity here coming through, but let's check out what Oberon has to say. He's a very strong dragon, like already, just a really strong dragon. He was one of the first ones I ever drew for myself. Just this massive power coming in, very fiery, again with that fiery energy. It says, if Oberon is turned up today, it is to reassure you that you can achieve what is required. You may have to dig deep and may be in it for the long haul, but you can and will succeed. The striking red dragon's connection is firmly in the earth and in effect connects to our base chakra, therefore relating to everything which makes up our physical lives and the world we create for ourselves. And I'm going to pause here for a second and take a moment to remind you that the base chakra, or the Muladhara root chakra, is connected to our right to belong. This is my right to belong. This is my right to be here, right? And so that goes in line with everything that we've been talking about today on your reading. You belong here. You are enough exactly as you are. Oberon's message is a simple one. Nothing in this world you call home is insurmountable. Nothing is too big to be dealt with. Get your feet back on the floor and anchor into this, your physical reality. Having your head in the clouds will not give you the answers you desire or require. Your time is best spent dealing with that which is demanding your attention. Deal with it totally, and only then will you be in a position to move forward. And that's this energy is coming up. It's making you reflect, which we saw with the Hermit coming out twice in your reading. Okay? Although a tough-speaking dragon, sometimes we need to hear it as it is. He is a great ally when we are feeling stuck or overwhelmed. Call upon his guidance and he will direct you onto the correct path. Usually the path of least resistance. The more you struggle with a problem, the tighter the noose gets, eventually strangling off the solutions that you seek. And you may be holding on really tightly to this idea that you have to show up and be perfect. You have to show up and be a certain way. And you might realize that it's suddenly getting more and more challenging to show up that way. And that's because it's like, you're not meant to be perfect. You're human. We're taking imperfect action. And on top of all of that, this to me is telling me that you have to allow yourself permission to take a break here and there. Because if you don't, you're just going to be running on empty and hoping that things are going to work out. And it's like that idea, oh, once I reach success, then I'll take a break. Or, once I get this, then I'll take a break. Well, what if that never comes because you refuse to take a break? Wouldn't it be better to take a break and be able to be recharged and take it from a fresh perspective, knowing that that's helping you out in the long run, than just hoping on a whim and a prayer that, oh, you'll get there eventually 20, 30, 40 years down the road and then you'll rest? Like, that's just kind of a weird way to look at it, but yet that is how a lot of people do look at it, because there's this feeling inside that I'm incomplete unless I am the sum total of all of my successes and all of my achievements and all of the work that's put together, right? So I did just want to take a moment, pile two, and thank your guides, your ancestors, your spirit messenger for coming through and bringing this message to you. I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out, though, and leave it there and get on out of here. If it resonated with you, hit that thumbs up button down below. But until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to this moonstone, or if you were drawn to this card during the draw, then this is going to be a reading on what unexpected blessing is coming. I just ask that you keep an open mind. So far, they've been more spiritual, perception-based than it has been monetary-based. It doesn't mean that yours won't be. It's just saying keep an open mind, keeping in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with my channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in my own journey, what it is that I've done, the tips and tricks that I have learned to apply in order to gain the wisdom that I've gained or to get to where it is that I'm going, check out my podcast, and you can take it with you and listen to it at your leisure every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It is called Scattered Love Radio, and you will find the link down below in the description box for you. Just want to thank you to everyone that is here. You guys are amazing. I'm truly honored and blessed to be sharing this with you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into reading and find out what unexpected blessing source is coming for pile number 3. Source, what unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 3? How can we help them out understand this more? What messages do you have? What unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 3? I seriously am just looking at this beautiful little blue bird outside. It's no bigger than a sparrow. I've never seen it before. But it is a bright blue color, like blue. Like this color blue. It's so bright. I've never seen it before. I just have to mention it because it's just so, it's beautiful. I've never seen a little, it's like this big. It's just a little bird. Okay, so let's get into your reading. We have the second house. We have Pisces and the moon. Finding a way to ground into reality what it is that you're feeling on an emotional and spiritual level, and like being able to ground that into the physical reality is the first energy that's coming through here. There's a lot of things that you subconsciously want that you may not even know you want them or desire them or are looking to manifest those, right? You may have just one thing that you've been focusing on for a long time. And with the second house here, we have that energy of patience and persistence coming through, dependability, longevity. And it feels like you've been working on something, one thing for a long time. So that could be love, that could be career, that could be healing, that could be self-alignment, whatever it is. There's like one thing that you've been trying desperately to manifest, right? Like just really putting in the effort, the energy, and really focusing on that. And what unexpected blessing is coming is that when this manifestation comes to fruition, there's actually going to be like a list of other things that come with it that you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad these came through. I didn't realize that I also wanted them as well. They might have been on the back of your mind, just kind of like thinking about it. Yeah, that's something I'd like. That's something that's interesting. But my main focus is stability, or my main focus is material gain, or my main focus is financial stability, whatever it is. Especially with the second house here, this is giving me more of an energy of bringing in money. You have Taurian energy here. Taurus is the stability of the zodiac. They're the ones that are reliable no matter what. When they're in their light attribute, they're extremely reliable individuals. They're also very patient and grounded into Mother Earth. They're the first earth sign on the zodiac wheel. And so there's this energy. They're a fixed energy. Everything is very stable with them. They're the first fixed sign of the zodiac wheel. And so it's a very, very foundational energy. Then you have Pisces, which is the last zodiac sign coming through here, but it is also the last mutable sign, which is all about fluidity and change and surrender and going with the flow and becoming effortless on the journey, right? And we have the moon here connected to Cancerian energy, and Cancer is cardinal sign, and cardinal signs, it's actually Cancer is the cardinal sign that starts, or that is the beginning of summer. And that is the sign of new growth and being able to bring things into full bloom, enjoying the fruit of your effort, like seeing it develop into reality, right? And so there's this sense of really being able to manifest one thing that you have been emotionally attached to for a very long time, and feeling like this is just, you know, this is the one thing, like manifesting this would just mean everything to me. It's like everything else is just secondary to this one manifestation. But this is something that actually what you're not realizing is very much on your soul journey. Like this is meant to happen and you've come to this journey. It's weird. I thought I saw the dice move, but it didn't. So it's like really embracing that and really being able to move into that place of being emotionally fulfilled. And it's almost like putting one foot on one side of the veil and having the other foot in reality, and being able to flawlessly flow back and forth between those two. This could also for some be a manifestation, a blessing of upgrading whatever your spiritual gifts are. So maybe they were here and you're just learning how they work, and you've really gotten into trusting them and understanding them, and now that finding that, like, oh, that was only level 1, or maybe that was level 10, but now I'm moving up to level 2 or level 11 or level 31, whatever it is, you're moving up a new level, and being able to really trust in yourself and your inner knowing, and not falter from that any longer. There's a feeling of shame that's been surrounding this as well, whatever this manifestation is. So again, the blessing itself is different for everybody, and the manifestation is different for everybody, but this feels like one thing that you have, like basically eggs in one basket. I'm gonna go head in, not even think twice about it, and I'm gonna go until this thing comes to fruition. And so whatever that is for you, that's what's coming through, and it's creating a sense of where you've had to let go of guilt and shame and toxic energies in regards to actually manifesting this into reality. So I'm going to take the spiritual gift as an example here, but this could be money. This could be financial stability. This could just be luxury, whatever you think luxury is, and being able to live a life of luxury when maybe you haven't been able to before. But let's go back to the spiritual gifts. Say that you're a psychic, and when you were a kid, you obviously were using your psychic gifts without being aware of them, because we were just born with them, right? Everybody is. And so you're using your psychic gifts, and you're talking, say you're a psychic medium. Here, this is because I've seen this example before. So it's like you're a psychic medium and you're talking to spirits, and all of a sudden your parents start telling you, like, there's nobody there. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking to somebody? Stop being like that. Like, there's no one there. Like, making you feel bad because you were talking to somebody and you're like trying to tell them, but they're really there, right? And so they made you feel bad because they didn't understand, or they didn't see that somebody was there, or they couldn't hear that somebody. And to you, it was real because it was really happening. So there's this sense of being ashamed because you're different, and feeling guilty because it's like, why am I different? And having a toxic trait or toxic belief surrounding that, saying, because you're different, we need to suppress this. And now you're realizing that it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people said to me when I was younger. Me embracing this means that I get to experience myself as a whole, complete being. And so your blessing is being able to enjoy whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest into this reality. And on top of that, really connecting with yourself in a much deeper way. This is like wiping away any mistrust that you've had on your journey. So like if it's been really difficult for you to trust your psychic gifts, this is like basically wiping that away, because there's so much proof that's coming through for you that it's like just hard to deny anymore. Like you know, when someone tells you you're beautiful and at first you think you're ugly, and then suddenly you hear you're beautiful so much you begin to believe it. You know, and then you're like, yeah, you know what? I really am. But I am beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm so handsome. I'm glad I am who I am. You know, like it's exactly like that. It's like you're getting confirmed on this, but some of it is outside validation, but really the majority of this is internal validation, especially with the Piscean energy next to the moon here. But being able to manifest that self-validation into this physical reality at the same time as manifesting something that you've been working diligently on. So let's get some tarot on it and find out what comes through. So source for pile number 3. What unexpected blessing is coming through? We're going to find out first, like more of tied what's going on, right? And then we'll find out more about the blessing that's coming through, okay? So source, what unexpected blessing is coming through for pile number 3? Okay, thank you. What unexpected blessing is coming through for pile number 3, source? Yeah, this is like an action, something that's happening. Like becoming your own hero, becoming your own love source, like being able to fulfill your own destiny while at the same time filling your own cup. So what unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 3? Thank you, source. What unexpected blessing is coming for pile number 3? Oh, yeah, letting go of something that wasn't serving you. Something that made you feel like you were not good enough. Like, but it's like deeper than not being good enough, just like singled out for who you are. You know, you have a gift and people judging you because you have a gift, right? Or trying to convince you that you're crazy. Like, you know, if we were 20 years ago, you'd be locked up in the loony bin or something like that. Like, this feels very aggressive and very manipulative type energy that you're letting go of. And this could be self-talk, but this self-talk could have stemmed from the way that other people had talked to you growing up. Yeah, feeling really stuck. Like, you know, like, why do we hear the Breaking Benjamin song? Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. All the world is waiting for the sun. Right? And like, I feel that, and it's like they're waiting for you to shine. It's like you're waiting for you to shine. And when we have this in the upright, look, this could be family. Yeah, exactly. My 8 of Cups is a family card. And when it's in the reverse, this is unwanted intrusions by your family. So this tells me that your family really made you feel bad for your gifts, or for just you being you, made you feel bad about it. And whether it was intentional or not, that's just the case. That's what has happened, right? Let me go back to the sun here. When the sun is in the upright, this really talks about being in touch with your higher self. With these 2 children here, okay, this is being able to tap into your higher self and find the pure innocence of your essence and bring that to the world, which is what sets the world on fire, right? But right now, it's like with it being in the reverse, you're not able to shine that to the world because you were being stuck in a situation that was like predetermined for you. Like if your family created that, there's a card peeking out. Yeah, so this could have been a mother, an overbearing mother. This could have been someone who had a problem with the fact that they knew you were going to be destined for greatness and make money just based on your skill and your talent that they felt that they didn't have, and they didn't know how to connect with it, and you were like born a natural, right? This could have been a grandparent, grandmother. This feels very feminine with this Queen of Coins in the reverse here, but someone who's very ruthless and overbearing and trying like to convince you that they're just trying to protect you from the world, when in reality they're trying to put a damper on your light because it scares them. It's not the world. This is their own fear making them talk. This was their own fear making them talk, right? Feeling singled out. Maybe you were absolutely singled out from your family. And that's what the excuse was always. I'm just trying to protect you. I'm just trying to keep you from experiencing the hate of the world. And it's almost like now you're going to see how much your gift actually inspires people, or how much it is you're working on this thing, and it inspires people, and it helps people, and it brings them hope and love and light. I am getting a message here for you to look up the symbolism of a cardinal, a red cardinal. It's coming through because of this 3 of coins here. But this created a broken heart for you. This just really disconnected you from yourself. This was like you already felt singled out. So it's like, if I already feel singled out, I must not belong anywhere. With my family, with my friends, with the people I go to school with the people I work with the people who are around me, I'm just completely an oddball out, and I'm different. And so this prevented you from actually connecting with anybody on a very deep level. In fact, you may not have very many friends, or you may not have people that you consider close friends. Like, you may have friends, but they're just very surface level friends. Oh, that's the person I go drinking with every once in a while, or, you know, we always go and see movies together, or we always go and do these very surface level things together, but you never have deep conversations with them about who you want to be and what you want to do. In fact, I feel like you've been keeping whatever this is very secret. This feels very like much in solitude, especially with the moon and Pisces energy. It's like something that's in secret behind closed doors that you're working on, that you're building, and it's like you just keep getting drawn back to it so much that I have to do this. Like, it's like I have to focus on this. Okay, we also have, this could be a Capricorn who did this to you, because the Queen of Coins and this 3 of Coins here both representing Capricorn energy, okay? Yeah, you had to make a decision. This was self-preservation as a child. This was self-preservation from when you were very young. And it might actually be something that you might not remember because it's so suppressed. But you do remember being treated differently growing up. And what's coming in is actually the realization of where this started at. Where this was determined, your fate for your life, right? And finding balance and being able to let this go, and knowing that you're moving towards what is your destiny and feeling fulfilled in that, and now realizing that you no longer have to put up with the mother wound. And the Lover card is actually suggesting that he has to make a choice between this woman who he may or may not have gotten pregnant, or he has to go back to his mother who's drawing him back in, reaching out for him to come back home. Don't leave. I can't let you go, right? And so here we again have this energy of coming towards the mother energy, that mother wound, and learning how to nurture yourself here. You're choosing. You're making a choice. But before, even in the upright, it wasn't in the, you didn't make this choice from a shadow aspect. You made this choice because the emotional ego helped you make a choice to protect yourself from getting an even further broken heart. Like, basically, if you had continued on with whatever it was that made you happy, whatever it was that brought you joy as a child, you saw immediately at that time that it would have caused a lot of detriment in your family dynamics. And so in order to protect you, it's like your emotional ego came in and made an executive decision at that time saying, okay, we're going to stay away from this, even though it's something that we love, even though it's so deeply tied to our soul and who we are. We're going to let this go because we have to protect ourselves in this dynamic. And maybe it's something we can pursue, okay? So I think that's saying that this is somebody who's wearing strong perfume. That's why it came out that way. But this is something that you could be able to pursue in the future. But what happens with the emotional ego is that it gets... Basically, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It's like, oh, like, I told you this was dangerous. I told you not to do this. We said we were going to keep away from this. It's like every time that came back up, and then the fear started to grow, and then there was this huge, huge fear that wrapped around your gift and said, oh, this is bad. Like, we can't get involved in this. This is toxic. This is dangerous. This is hurtful. This is going to hurt us, like, whatever it is. And so it was like that self-fulfilling prophecy that kept you away from it, kept pulling you further and further away from it. And now that you're healing that because you're trying so hard to manifest whatever this is. It's actually bringing you closer to your soul journey. Yeah, again, this working towards something very much has been a very slow process. This has been a very, very slow process. One foot in front of the other, very leisurely moving along, even though you may have been frantically trying to manifest this, right? Like I was saying, this feels very desperate, very, like, not that you're desperate for it, but it's like just knowing that if I put everything into this, I know that it will come true. And so what's going on here is we're seeing the picture that's being painted as to what's leading you up to this blessing. Let's see if we can find a little bit more about the blessing and get a little bit deeper insight here. They want me to shuffle. Yeah, we had a lot of fear and anxiety coming through here. A lot of letting go of control. You had to let go of control because of outside circumstances, and then it was like, again, this idea of self-preservation coming in here. Feeling like if I don't do something that saves myself, then I'm going to be deeply hurt. And it was like knowing what was coming next, and that's part of the gifts coming through, right? Just a second, guys. There you go, Mama. There you go. You got it. There you go. She was trying to lay down and she was stuck. Alright. May I please know about the blessing? Look. We have the Ten of Swords coming out here. Now, the Ten of Swords is talking about, in my deck, when it is dealing with somebody who is equally matched with you and it's just being exhausted. Like, resorting to old tactics and not getting anywhere different because of them. And in the end, again, getting hurt. Like, getting hurt because of this and not knowing what to do. Is like, look, hands up in resignation here. Not even surrender. This is a sense of resignation coming through here. Like, I give up. You win. We'll play your game for now. And, like, see, it's almost like these are your spirit guides. They're like, no, but they understood that that's the journey that you had to take. But it's almost a sense of like, no, like, oh my gosh, this was the sunlight that we needed, you know? All the world is waiting for the sun. It's like the whole world is benefiting from your gift or from your manifestation here. Okay, let's get a little bit more outsourced. Can we know what the blessing is? Can you tell us more about what it is? What is the unexpected blessing? What does it have to do with? How can we help Pile 3 understand more about exactly what the blessing is? Whoa. Strength. Perseverance. So, we do have strength on the bottom of the deck, okay? I want to talk about this for just a second. You're beating the demons in your mind, okay? This may not seem like a big gift, but this is a huge blessing. Because you're coming into a state and a place where you're going to be unbothered by anybody's opinion, by anybody's thoughts, by anybody's whatever they got to say about you doing you. Like, look, that is your problem and that has nothing to do with me. We also have number 11 here, showing this very spiritual number. And the Lover is a very spiritual card by nature as well. Right? Being able to spiritually grow. And this was part of the journey. It was like you were destined to make this choice as a child so that later you could become this strong individual and you become unbothered by people, because there are always going to be naysayers. And the naysayers that may come or have come into your life have been really negative and really cruel and really just, I mean, brutal in the way that they approach you. Right? And it's like you're you're seeing that it doesn't matter what they say to me. This is my gift, and I trust it, and I understand that this is what I have to deal with, and I understand that this was given to me for purpose, because I am the sunlight. I am the sunlight, not anybody else. You are the sunlight. You are here to shine source light on the world. Let's see what this is. Look, the lover. The lover coming out again. I love this. Look at this. You're seeing just how amazing you are. Look at this. She's all by herself. She's this tree. She's like, yes, there's the serpent here. But it's almost like this energy of accepting that all those harsh people and all that cruel energy actually made you a better person. And that feels ruthless, right? That's like, oh my gosh, like, why would that make me a better person? It made you a better person because it made you understand that you standing up for yourself is the single most greatest act that you can do. You loving yourself is the single most greatest act that you can do. And it's like, you see how she's wearing it like this boa? Like, cool. I'll wear you on my shoulders. I'll wear you on my shoulders and know and be grateful for the experiences that you've given me, because without those, I would not be as abundant as I am. You have apples falling from the sky. She's an apple tree. But where are these apples coming from? They're falling from the sky. This is like source bringing abundance to you because you're rooted and grounded in who you are. Roots as deep as the earth will let you grow them, and the trees, your branches reaching out as high as the sky will let you. There is no stopping you. Finding balance. Balance is this. Look, I love the synchronicity here. You had the lover here, and then we had the Ten of Swords coming out. We had the Three of Coins reverse, and then we have the lover coming out over that. As a child, you made an executive decision to save yourself. As an adult, you're making an executive decision to let go of something that absolutely broke your heart. Look at this beautiful message here. This is absolutely incredible. So what is your unexpected blessing? This comes down to the truth of who you are. Your unexpected blessing is to stand firm and strong in everything that you do. Not questioning any motive, not questioning any idea, not questioning any inspiration that you have moving forward, as well as gaining abundance. There's some type of abundance that you've been asking for, right? And that's different for everybody, but there's some type of abundance that you've been looking and asking for, pile 3, and it's coming. And you're not even, like, here's the thing. Unexpected, right? Look, her eyes are closed. Busy healing from the sneaky individuals that have been in your life. Busy healing from those that have bit you. Busy healing from those that have put toxins in your body. Busy healing, busy growing, and not seeing how many blessings are coming. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's these 10 apples falling from the sky. So this is like multiple blessings coming into your life. So what's the unexpected blessing? Well, there's a lot. We may not be able to get more information about those other ones, but the main one that Source wants you to focus on right now is the fact that you're becoming completely unbothered by everyone else's agenda. You're becoming unbothered by what other people think, say, or do. Yeah. Because this is something that when you were a child, when you were young, this is something that really kept you in a place of feeling stuck. And now you get to persevere over that. It's like what once was bigger than you, you're realizing how powerful you are, that you're so much bigger than it. It's like, and what's interesting here is even though this is a Wands card, this always makes me feel like a thought process. You're taking action based on fear, right? Taking action based on that broken heart, and no longer are you doing that. Realizing that your broken heart and your fear is what kept you in a place of just repeating a cycle over and over again. And now, because you know that and you understand that, you're persevering. We have progress with 6 and 7 coming out together here. And look, we have the Pope coming out. What did I say? Whatever it is that you have is supposed to affect the world. All the world is waiting for the sun. Like, look, these kids here, they're coming to you, asking you for guidance, asking you for help, and you're the guide. You're the one that's here to help. Like, you may be coming into this life to become an ascended master. You may be coming into this life to become just a general guru over all, whatever it is that you're doing. It's like you're not realizing just how talented you're becoming because you're focusing so much on this one manifestation. You're not realizing the skills you're gaining. You're not realizing the experience you're gaining. You're not realizing any of it. And before long, everybody votes you in as being the first one, being the main one. Oh, and I love this. Oh, I never even noticed this before on this card. Do you see how this is a 3 and this is an E? This is all about the way people have perceived you and the way that you perceived yourself based on those perceptions. Okay, I want you to focus on this 3. Right? This way, what does it look like? An E. But if we turn it this way, it looks like the number 3. Oh, let me get it in focus. Right? The same thing with the E. If we turn it this way, it's an E. But if we turn it this way, it looks like a 3. Okay? However you stand on either side of this, your perception can change. And you're realizing that. You're realizing that while everybody saw you as an E, in reality you're a 3, or vice versa. But you have something powerful to give, and you're gaining that power. You're gaining purity. This is like pulling out those karmic cycles and tossing them aside, and huge change is coming because you're no longer being controlled by those negative thoughts. You're no longer being controlled by those negative feelings that you have for self. You're beginning to see yourself as the true being that you are, with the power that you have, and loving yourself and just being like, whoa, okay, I really do possess the ability to influence, or I really possess the ability to help heal, or I really possess this psychic ability, or I really do possess whatever it is that you've denied. You're like, this is a real thing. Like, it was real back then, but it's real now too. It's not something that everybody told me I was crazy about. Yeah, and you're beginning to set boundaries. You're beginning to see that it's okay to be different. You don't have to live by everybody else's standards. You don't have to live because, oh, well, my whole family became doctors and I want to go and be a tarot card reader, and they're all judging me because I want to be a tarot card reader. Or my whole family was dentists and I want to become a flight school instructor, or whatever, like whatever it is. It's like so off ball from what your family's done, or it's so oddball from anything. And you're like realizing that it's okay to be different. Like when we have the Chariot here, yeah, you're having this choice of spirit. This is like a spiritual choice that you've been guided to. By embracing your inner child, you're healing this aspect of yourself. This is deep, 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 deep healing coming through. Something that is deeply rooted in your subconscious that's coming through. And when you pull it out, you're going to find yourself, you're moving faster towards what you want, faster than you ever realized. This could be love coming in, but again, you see this abundance falling from the sky. Falling from the sky. Right? There's something that sources this. It's like I was saying, like you going towards this one thing is bringing multiple things, right? It's bringing multiple things, and I've said that since the beginning of the reading, and we see that time and time again with your cards coming through here. It's like this one thing is bringing, like, say you're manifesting money. That's the one thing. I just want to manifest money. I just want to have an ability to support myself without worry. And so you've been working so hard on that. You've been offering some sort of service. It's something that you really enjoy, and you're like, this is what I want to do. I just want to do this, whatever it is. Okay? And you've been working so hard towards that every time something comes up that feels like a blockage, you also in turn work through that. And so you're not realizing that you're working through all those blockages, and all of a sudden you'll manifest the money. But what comes with that is love, the good life, the happiness, contentment, peace, harmony. Like you're going to see it all within, and you're going to see that you're accepted by so many people, and you're going to be, but it's not going to matter anymore. You're not going to be tied to that outcome because you accept and approve yourself. Like, this is so beautiful, pile 3. Whoa, this came out so fast. Like this flipped over, we have fog veiled. Yeah, the sun. Again, the sun. All the world is waiting on the sun. Oh, pile 3. You are the sun. You are here to shed light in this realm, in the darkness, in the fog. You're here to help show people what's beyond the veil. You're here to help show them that there's something more. Very spiritual. This is a very spiritual pile. And if you don't feel very spiritual, it's okay, but it does. We have the Pope, we have Pisces, we have the Moon. This is all indicating very spiritual energy. The Lovers is a very spiritual card as well. The Chariot's a very spiritual card. On the bottom, look. I'm spent. I am spent, pile 3. This is incredible. We have childhood innocence coming out. Didn't I just say that with this? Look. Because you're healing your inner child, I feel like this has to come out. This has to come out. These two need to be out for your reading because that is incredible synchronicity coming through. Incredible. Absolutely. Oh, I love Source so much. Thank you, Source. Just thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's get some more out on it. Look, we have 44 coming through with truth. Jekyll, this is the truth. Source wants you to know this is the truth coming in. You're also understanding and embracing a deep truth about yourself and realizing that you've been around more than just this one life. Like, you have a very old soul. You have a very wise soul. If you don't believe in past lives, that's okay. That connection that you have with the divine gives you wisdom beyond your years. Okay, like that's exactly what's coming through with this card. I'm so excited about your reading, pile 3. This is incredible. Okay, Jupiter, grow and expand. Yes. Jupiter is known as the big planet of luck. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it is all about luck, abundance, growth, finances, everything. Everything good. Jupiter is all about everything good. It rules Sagittarius. It was the original ruler of Pisces before Neptune was discovered. Jupiter is a beautiful planet. You may want to look and see on your chart where your Jupiter falls in line at. You may have Jupiter in Pisces. You may have Jupiter in Gemini as well as coming through. And Taurus. You may have Jupiter in Taurus. But take a look and see where your Jupiter falls on your natal chart so that you can understand a little bit more about where your luck comes through. And also finding out Saturn. What year is your Saturn return happening? You guys could be going through or just past the Saturn's return. And so now you have this growth and abundance coming in, right? So those are the times when we learn our lessons. And when Saturn returns comes, then we begin to get many, many blessings coming in. So can you please have one of these cards for pile number 3, Source? Thank you. This came out in one of the other piles. It says you shine like a diamond the more you focus on yourself. And that's exactly what you're realizing. You're realizing just how bright you shine. We've fought that in the past, right? Like that's the energy that was coming through. It's like you fought being your true self, and now you're able to shine brighter than you ever realized you could. And that's what a beautiful thing. Thank you, Source. What do we have? Yeah. Number 27, resentment will persist as long as your need to be right and want to get even is more important than your peace of mind. This is not you. We have 36 on the clock. This is not you. These are the people that have been in your life trying to make you feel bad about who you are. It's like they've done this because they want to be right. And them being right makes them feel good. Like, oh, I was right about pile 3, so I'm right about everything in life. Like, it's a very egoic place to come from. And you're bringing this to an end. You're closing out this cycle. This has been a cycle. You're closing it out. Let's check out what your animal card is. Boom, you're protected. We have number 21, which is 3. 3 is all about creation, protection. Your guides, your ancestors, your angels are with you. She has this beautiful ankh, but look, your solar plexus is on fire. Again, the sun, right? Solar plexus connected with sun energy. This is all about you embracing your will. And your power will, like the power of will that you have within yourself, and not letting anybody get in the way of that. Aries energy, independence, passion, bravery. You're coming into a new independent phase in your life. Like that is the unexpected blessing, is you're going to be more independent than you ever realized, because you're coming into a very stable aspect, but stable in many, many ways. But most importantly, The main thing here that's coming through is stability within your emotions, stability within being fulfilled in what it is that you're showing up and doing. And I love that this card wanted to be on top of the sun, because it's like when you embrace that what everyone in your past was trying to tell you is actually just a huge illusion, you become so much brighter than they could have ever imagined. And that's going to cause some issues for you, in the sense of they're going to come forward. They may say some things towards you. They may say, oh, you know, like, you just think you're better than everybody. They may have all these things to say. But again, it's only them doing everything that they can to reduce your shine. And you're going to still realize that, you know what, they can't touch me with a 10-foot pole, because nothing they say deters me from where I've come. All right, so this is the one that flew. Yeah. Wanting you by means of entrapment. Oh my gosh. What was I just saying? Like, this is going to cause a problem with you shining. Somebody in your life, or there's a group of people, it could be family. You know, we do have the family card here with the 8 of Cups. So, or it could be somebody you see like family. Okay, wanting you by means of entrapment. This could be by trying to get you pregnant. This could be by trying to make you feel less than. This could be trying to take you through narcissistic cycles, the honeymoon phase, the gaslighting, and then, you know, the whoa, that was crazy. Hold on just a second. Look, when I was younger, I thought nothing could stop me. That's what he just said. But this is like you coming through in this place and understanding that, like, no one can stop you, but there's somebody in your energy who wants you by means of entrapment, who's trying to make you see that you're not everything that you truly are. Because that's the thing, you're rubbing raw on their demons right now. Their demons are going crazy because you somehow figured out a formula to help yourself heal, and they're too proud. They're too much stuck in their emotional ego, and they're too much stuck in this need of being right? In a place of resentment, that I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're little, I'm old, you're young, and you'll never be right. I have to be right because of all these quote-unquote factors. And the truth is that they're actually showing you a huge illusion. And so don't worry about this, because you're protected. It's like you're coming into the knowledge of this, okay? So we have number 28, and I love that this came out for you. Rather than saying people are good or bad, it is more accurate to say they are conscious or unconscious, right? So you may know who this is, and you may be like, yeah, they're a terrible person. Like, they hate me. Like, I can't believe they would do that to me. That makes them such a toxic individual. Rather than saying that, just knowing that they're just unconscious, and they're coming from a very unconscious place. And that's exactly what happens when, right? Why were you taking actions in your own life? Because as a child, you were told something about your gift, or told something about who you are. And so your emotional ego decided to protect you by making a self-fulfilling prophecy that you had to unravel as an adult. And that's exactly what's going on with this person, or these people who want you by entrapment. Is they're trying to make a self-fulfilling prophecy that I can create a scenario where they don't chase their dreams, because I'm not in a place where I can chase my own. That's a very unconscious act, right? It's not necessarily doing it because they hate you or because they can't love you. They're doing it because they're coming from a space of their own wounds. And that also will help you heal even more, knowing and accepting that. So let's check out what your dragon card is. Yes, we have emergence with number 12. 12 all about your perspective, right? Changing your perspective for the better. The sun shining through the fog here in this card. Being reborn. Just having this beautiful energy. Let's check out and see what he or she says, because I'm not sure if this is a boy dragon or a girl dragon, but we will find out. Or maybe we won't. Who knows? Says this dragon shows up when we need to take a long, hard look at ourselves and how we live, what we do, and more harshly our behavior. And that's why this came out too, is just part of you changing your perspective is reminding yourself that, oh, people aren't good or bad, they're unconscious or conscious, right? None of the dragons are a pushover. They all demand, and on occasion, that we take long, hard looks at ourselves. Emergence is no different. He just gets straight to the nitty-gritty and informs you are responsible for your life, your behavior and your experiences, and more importantly, how you react to them. Grit and determination is the order of the day when this powerful archetype finds his way into your cards, which we see you already embody. Listen to the wisdom of emergence as he says, it's time to reflect. You need to take stock of that which you value and is important to you. Contemplation and quietness is required. Your experiences may have been vexing. You cannot dwell here, but you can learn, right? With this energy here. Understand what needs to be harnessed and let all others go. From this place, a new vibrant you can emerge, but you must allow yourself time to reflect. Go within to that inner place of peace and bring forth that which you wish to be. Sometimes, as spiritual beings, having a human experience on earth can be really tough. But he finishes with, remember, you are safe. Your fears are all but paper tigers and figments of your imagination. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on here, is you're realizing the depth of your fears and how they really truly are just a figment of your imagination. It is just an illusion. But also like those moments where it's like easy to blame another person for the hardships that we've had, right? And realizing that, okay, no matter where another person came from, I had to do things as a child to protect myself, and now I'm in a place where I'm safe and I can unwrap these things and I can come into this knowing that everybody hurt people, right? And so if you're a hurt person, product of being hurt by another person, just know that you consciously chose to do things different than someone who stays in an unconscious state, and that's okay. There's no need to point judgment, and that's something that as humans we all have a hard time with. But your blessing here is an expanded consciousness and being able to embrace and embody the truth of who you are without question, and whatever it is that you have been diligently working on manifesting, it is coming to you. That is your unexpected blessing. It is coming to you among many, many other things. Okay, this is what I have for you. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to your guide, your spirits, the spirit messenger that came through for you today that wanted to say these things to you. I send them off. I close out this reading. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here and get on out of here. If it resonated with you, hit that thumbs up button down below. Until next time, though, Pile 3, stay human. Bye.